Welcome back to Landed in the Kitchen with your host, me, yours truly, Hayley Ringo, and my co-host for this evening, Mr. Frankie, who has decided to make his first ever guest appearance at this exact moment in time that I've decided to film. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be making crinkle top brownies with sea salt sprinkled on top, as well as powdered sugar, accompanied by homemade vanilla ice cream that I will then put a lot of the brownies into, and also we have some cookies left over that I made that I'm going to throw into the vanilla ice cream as well, so it's going to be quite a feat this evening. I've also brought along my good friend Mary Jane that we will be experimenting a little bit tonight. We'll see how this helps the baking, how it makes it worse. I don't know, we'll find out very shortly. If only I could find a lighter. I use this to smoke with all the time, like a stupid lighter this is. Let's get this party started, baby. Yes, yes. Okay, I fucked that up. That was a good one. I'm a star baker. Cheerio. I've always wondered what it would be like to hang out to smoke pot while I was baking, because I already want to eat everything when I'm baking when I'm sober, so I can't imagine what's going to be the after effect of me smoking now. And in about 30 minutes when these brownies are ready, what I'll be doing. But shall we get started? Alright, so first you want to melt oh no, this might not have been a good idea. First you want to melt together the chocolate and the butter. Alright, so do not use this bowl will explode in the microwave. This should do the trick, so you want to do 2 sticks of butter in here and 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Lovely. Also, don't forget to preheat your oven to 350. That is crucial. Alright, and then melt it in the microwave. They're all nice and juicy like. Again, 30-second intervals. Yes, yes, yes. Love, 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 love. Stir in the sugar, vanilla, and instant coffee. We need 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. It's so pretty. Alright, good, lovely. And the other half, 1.5 cups. But if oh shit, I did not mean to do that. But you know what, the more the merrier. Ooh, this sugar's so fine. It's like very soft. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. 2 teaspoons of instant coffee granules. I like to use the Folgers kind, classic roast. 2 teaspoons, 1 and 2. You just want to mix it up. Looks lovely. Alright, so next you want to take 4 eggs at room temperature and whisk them into a separate bowl. Alright, well that's alright, but just don't do that again. I know you taught me better on the farm. So you want to gently, like that. Oh, and there's the pretty one we were looking for. So now I'm just going to whisk together the 4 eggs until they're fluffy. It's a weird noise. Alright, so you want to whisk them until there are bubbles. Can you see those bubbles? If not, they're there, just trust me. And then you want to take the egg mixture and pour it into the chocolate mixture. Beautiful, Hayley, thank you, I know. So next you want to do 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. And for a lot of recipes you have to sift in the flour and mix it as you go, but for this one you can just dump it all in at one time. Thank the Lord for that. Alright, so next you want 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Alright, 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Mix this until just combined. Make sure you can see my star baker. And then last but certainly not least, you want to stir in another 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Alright, Daddy. If you're not making brownies with chocolate chips in them, then you're doing it plain and deadly wrong. I don't think that's a saying, but we're going with it. Wonderful. And then stir that in, mix that up. And now my personal favourite nut part of the evening. Raw egg. This can't be good for you, but I've done this since I was a child. And I'm not stopping now. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Wow, that tastes absolutely fantastic. You have to taste it, you know. If you're not tasting it, then how do you know what you've baked is good? It's going to turn out or not. And then you just want to smooth it around in the pan so that it reaches all the corners. And then again, I like to add a little design on the top, give them a little extra pizzazz. Alright, so now they're ready to go in the oven. And then you want to let them bake for 28 to 30 minutes. And typically you want to have a toothpick to check the middle with, but I don't have that, so I'll be using a fork. In the meantime, I did ask Mary Jane to hang out a little bit longer. Okay. Everything's fine, everything's good. I'm actually doing great. In a small pot, you want to simmer the heavy cream, milk, sugar, and salt until sugar completely dissolves. First, you need 2 cups of heavy cream. This is the key to really good ice cream. It's kind of an art. Oh, no, actually, I'm doubling this recipe because Brian really likes this. So we're going to do 4 cups of heavy whipping cream. Lovely, here we go. So this recipe, if you follow it online, makes about 1 to 1.5 pints of ice cream. Brian and I eat that in one night, so we therefore will be making double the recipe. So now you have all the heavy whipping cream, and now we're going to add 2 cups of milk. And you want to make sure that this is whole milk, vitamin D. He want to give me that vitamin D. I need that vitamin D, they said. I said that. Shit. Alright, 1. So it's 2/3 cup sugar, but then double that is what? 2/3 plus 2/3. Brian? So I just added a little bit more sugar in there because I didn't feel like precisely measuring it out, which is absolutely not allowed in baking, but it is on this show. 1/8 teaspoon of sea salt. Again, I like to use the kosher salt because it's been blessed by the Jewish gods, and I am Jewish by osmosis, so therefore this does make my life more blessed. I don't know where I was going with that one. And 2. And again with the salt, I love salt. I just kind of, I don't exactly measure it out. So now I'm going to simmer this on the stove for about 5 minutes until the sugar is completely dissolved. Alright, so in a separate bowl you're going to whisk the 12 egg yolks. Yes, you did hear me right. I said 12. That's because I'm doubling the recipe. So now I'm going to whisk together the 12 egg yolks, but as you can see, I already broke a few of them. So next we're going to take the hot cream that we've been simmering on the stove, and we're going to pour about 1/3 of the hot cream into the egg mixture, and then we're going to take that mixture and pour it back into the mixture on the stove. Back to you, Joan. Guys, does that American accent sound wonderful? I'm pretty good at it. Oh dear. Alright, so what I forgot was the vanilla extract, which I thought when I tasted it, it tasted a little odd, and that would be why. For most recipes, it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, but because I doubled the recipe, we're going to do how many, y'all? Y'all? I don't know what I don't know. That should completely change the taste of the ice cream. Make sure you're rubbing a spatula along the bottom of the pot. So again, about 1/3, oh lovely, just spewing it everywhere. Mix it around like this. Take this mixture and pour it back into the pot on the stove on the pot. And then you want to keep churning that for, let me see, well it says really just until the mixture is thick enough to coat the back of a spoon. Doesn't that look like heaven right in there? Alright, so then you want to take the hot mixture and pour that through another mesh strainer like this into another bowl, because this is the bowl that you'll be refrigerating overnight, or at least for 4 hours. I'll probably just do 4 hours tonight because I want it now. I want it now. And then we're going to take this, cover it with foil, and let it sit in the refrigerator for the next 4 hours, or preferably overnight. Alright, so the brownies are done. So this is what the finished product should look like. And you can't forget the powdered sugar, darling. This part is crucial. And last but certainly not least, you want to add some sea salt flakes, Maldon brand. They're my favorite. They're just gorgeous. They're nice and thick and flaky. Oh, love it. Hello, darlings. Hello, darlings. Welcome back to Landed in the Kitchen. This is day 2. I have fully let the ice cream sit up overnight. The brownies are ready to be cut into. I'm going to show you how to make the ice cream. Then I'm going to put some brownies in the ice cream as well as some cookies that my friend made me. Because why not just shove everything bad that you don't want to keep eating in there so you keep eating it. Love that. Alright, so for the brownies, we're going to take a large butcher knife and cut these bad boys up. Like this one. They are extra lovely now that we've cut into them. We've given them definition, we've given them shape, we've given them personality. They are, oh darling, and they smell wonderful. And I've made this recipe about 7 times and they come out perfect every time, and so that says a lot. So now we're going to set these brownies aside and get cooking with the ice cream. I've taken the ice cream mixture out of the fridge. As you can see, mine's yellow. I like it a little bit yellow. It gives it like a French vanilla, creamy, been on the farm since I was a little girl flavor to it. It also reminds me of Bluebell ice cream. And if you're gonna go for it, you might as well just go for it. So this is what my ice cream maker looks like. This one is lovely. It's super easy. 1 button. Everyone knows the rules. Alright, so my ice cream maker is frozen. The piece of it, I don't know what this is called exactly. But we're going to stick this onto the ice cream maker. Then you just want to pour the ice cream into the maker. And then I'm going to keep adding the brownie pieces in. Oh, it's looking lovely. It's gorgeous. Look how creamy it is. Oh my god, my mouth is already watering. Oh, honest to God, that's the best ice cream I've ever had in my entire life. Oh, it's orgasmic. You can bow down now, bitches. Darling, it's time for a taste test. I don't think you've ever had anything like this in your entire life. Oh. Yeah, get yourself a really thick piece of brownie in there.
That is so good.
It's the best I've made. By far.
By far.
You eat this side and I'll eat this side.
Wow. Get him out of the house.
Wait, I need you to give it a score. You have to give it a score.
9.6. Brownies, 7.9.
That's offensive. Why did you give this one a 7.9 and why did this not get a 10?
Because I had this one first.
So you didn't give it a 10?
Nothing's a 10.
Oh, okay, alright.
You're a 10.
Oh my god, thank you, darling. That's about to put me into a food coma, but in the best way. You're beautiful. Alright, well that concludes our episode of Landed in the Kitchen. It has been an absolute joy to have you as an audience, as a guest, as my best friend, as my future taste tester. I love you, darlings. Kisses, kisses. Toodaloo.